Listen, work is work is work. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a full-time content creator. It doesn't matter if you're a 9 to 5 worker. Work is work. You're either going to love it or you don't, but you still got to do it because you got to survive. I was just watching this YouTuber called Dorian. His name's Dorian Creates. I'll put it up here somewhere in the video. And he was talking about going back to his 9 to 5 job from being a full-time YouTuber for a year. And basically, the synopsis of the video is that he got burnout from doing YouTube full-time, trying to get brand deals, trying to get ad revenue, trying to sell a course or some type of service so he can get money coming in every single month so he can hit some type of quota for himself and sustain a certain type of lifestyle. Now that's fine, but you can do the same thing with a 9 to 5. Oh, but I won't be happy having the 9 to 5. I'm like, listen, everyone's different. I thought the same thing. I'm working right now as a physical therapist assistant, full time. I'm a full time dad, and I like to do content on the side. I would love to make full-time money off of all my content things that I do on Instagram that I'm trying to do on Facebook now. But just looking at that video and seeing his perspective, listening to his perspective, just made me think of all the things that I already have pulling me in my life and me really wanting to go full-time as a content creator, basically working from 40 hours a week to 80 to 100 hours a week, if not more, as a business owner. Right? I have this clothing brand that I have last round that I'm doing for break dancers. I have my page Talk About Breaking right here, which I run is basically inspiring other people in the dance community through interviews and motivational quotes from their favorite dancer. And I do all that stuff for the love. Now, I am making a little bit of money from my clothing brand thing, but it's not life-changing money. It's not making me more than maybe even $1,000 a month, and it is what it is. Most people say, oh, you got to push, you got to run ads, you got to do this and that. And it's just like, relax. Oh my goodness. Like if you want to work the 9 to 5, do it. If you don't, okay, maybe transition your way out of it first. Maybe taper off into a part-time or quit your 9 to 5 to find another job, right? That's not you as the CEO. Find another job that you can work part-time and still do your content, but you got to make sure that your living is sustainable for you, and you got to live below your means, right? We see all this flashy stuff on Instagram, on TikTok of people living these extravagant lifestyles in Dubai, New York, anywhere overseas or in the States. And it's like we're comparing ourselves to these people who probably went through similar hardships, but made it on top and then decided to showcase it on these social media platforms. Like, whatever, it comes down to you being happy. And if you're going to get burnout from leaving your 9 to 5 and doing YouTube 80 hours a week and trying to come up with topics, video ideas, and looking at Mr. Beast and looking at Alex Hormozy for inspiration, so you can say, oh, I'm gonna keep going because if they made it, I can make it out the mud. Like, you really have to assess your lifestyle for where it is now and visualize where you want to be in the future. And everybody wants to say, I want time freedom. I want financial freedom. I want whatever the last one is. Leave it in the comments if you know the third one is leaving me right now. But we don't know what that comes with. It comes with the grind. We see many YouTubers say it. I'm a random guy named Tyrell, big boy native, because I'm a breakdancer. I've been breakdancing for 15 years. But besides the point, we're looking at all these different people trying to tell us, like, you can do this, you can do that. What's best for you? Have they ever asked what's best for you? No, they can't, because they're talking to a lens just like I am, just like you will be if you want to continue this content creation thing. Now, this video is like unedited. I'm not going to do anything crazy for it. And hopefully it resonates with somebody on the other side of this lens right now. But it really made me reflect, like I said, going back from doing a 9 to 5 or going, to be a YouTuber or a content creator full time. Like, I don't know, man. I think the 9 to 5 is a pretty good lifestyle, but you have to figure out, like, is that 9 to 5 you're doing what you want to do, or at least what you think you want to do? I was working as a bartender. I did a serving job. I worked as a full-time dancer, breakdancing, teaching kids the history of hip hop and breakdancing. And through all those things, I didn't like. So I went to school, tried to figure out something else that I like. I fell on physical therapy because I'm like, oh, that's kind of similar. I can figure out how to recover and maintain my body through physical therapy. And that's going to help me keep longevity in my breakdancing. Okay. And I meshed the two. And I don't even know where it's going to go. Right now, I'm working 40 hours a week, and the break-in and physical therapy is not really combining, but I am figuring out some more things about the body and the anatomy that's going to help me, like I said, recover. So maybe that'll go somewhere, but I'm not trying to figure out like, okay, let me see if I can combine the two and then create this YouTube video, and maybe I can sell my online course. Like I fell into the trap. My wife would tell you I fell into the trap, and I'm still in it. I have this whole setup. I bought the microphone, I bought the camera, I have the light. Man, and it's just like, what really makes me happy? Is it being a full-time business owner, having my own business, or is it living a somewhat simple life in this complex life this lifestyle that we live in America, at least. I don't know where you're watching this. Um, yeah, and I just think that being simple is a little bit better, right? If you want a family, have your family. If you want to be single, but enjoy life. And if you can work a 9 to 5, save up some money, travel once, twice a year, and do different things, explore, do different arts and crafts, maybe go mountain climbing, surfing, just explore life for what it is instead of trying to explore what the internet is, right? This internet thing has changed. I was born in the 90s. We didn't grow up with phones. We didn't grow up too much with the internet. So I was outside all the time. That generation is changing. There's kids growing up with phones and stuff that's just like glued into this mindset of I'm going to be this content creator. Like that's literally the newest trajectory of like what the best job is. I want to be the Mr. Beast. I want to be the Alice Hermosi. And I dropped those people's names because those are people that I have watched and thought that I would aspire to be just like them. But I'm like, man, they live totally different lives. I don't look like these guys. I don't know what their upbringing is. And I'm not, it's just not worth it for me to find out. What is worth it is I'm okay working my job. I'm okay doing content on the side. I'm okay with running my clothing brand with my friends or by myself and going through the journey. It's going to be a struggle. I may not make a whole bunch of money out of it, but you know what? It's okay because I have a job. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to deter anyone from going full time. If you want to go full time and the cards aren't stacked against you, everything is in your favor, do it. If you have the idea, if you have the business plan, you have evidence that your idea is going to work, you should try it out, especially if you're young. If you're anywhere from 18 to about before 30, I'm 30 now, but so 18 to let's say 29, fail a lot in your 20s. You know what I mean? Go for it. Go for the gusto. You hear Gary Vaynerchuk say all the time, content creation is the newest thing. Social media is the newest thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, do it and see where it takes you. But I guarantee you, each and every person goes through burnout at one point. You know what I mean? And that's okay. But what's not okay is you're going through burnout and you're like, well, I still got to make it as this content creator. I know I'm going to be a millionaire off of selling these digital products and everything. It's just not going to happen, baby girl, my homeboy. You know what I mean? And you just have to realize that. So all that being said, this is my little rant. I'm Tyrell, aka B-Boy Native. You can find me on B-Boy Native at Instagram or my Talk About Breaking page for breakdancers on Instagram. And this is my YouTube, Tyrell Only. I named it Tyrell Only because it's only me doing all this stuff. Yes, I can get an editor. Sometimes I edit my own videos on CapCut and do all this extra stuff. But I'm really finding out that if you just come your authentic self and be present within the moment, speak your truth of your topics and ideas that you have in your mind, maybe this thing will work for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You just keep chipping at it. But if it doesn't work out, go figure out something else. Like I said, this is not the dream lifestyle. Everybody we're looking at is literally the 0.0001% who made it off of YouTube. Now, small creators are growing and YouTube has changed the algorithm, but please, please don't stress yourself out. Coming from the random guy on the internet, don't stress yourself out. It's not worth it. Life could be so much simpler and we're already trying to complicate things. Things are already complex with politics, with inflation, etc. Right? The simpler you go, the better your life will be in the long term, right? Don't try to overcomplicate things. That's my spiel. I'll talk to you later. Peace.